Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us.
Our top story tonight, a state of emergency is declared in Alabama and Louisiana as the Gulf Coast continues to deal with Tropical Storm Cindy.
The storm hasn't made landfall yet, but evacuations are underway with a foot of rain in the forecast for some areas and warnings about possible life-threatening flooding. Another issue, tornadoes and waterspouts. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in New York with the latest.
Tropical Storm Cindy may still be heading toward land, but already it is hammering some coastal areas with heavy rain, wind, and even water spouts, leaving these Florida beaches empty and prompting officials in Alabama and Louisiana to take action.
This will be a severe weather event that primarily consists of threats of rain and flooding. But there also is a potential for wind damage as well.
The two states in a state of emergency with millions from Texas to Florida watching the storm's every move.
When I look at the weather map and what it looks like, it's not good.
Getting ready for some wind. Right now it's just the wind and it's tidal surge.
Business owners and residents are racing to protect their belongings, while in New Orleans, crews are keeping busy building a levee so far more than a mile long and 4.5 feet tall, with the mayor warning the public, stay alert.
We have learned many lessons from many other storms and unfortunately have paid the ultimate price in some instances for not staying vigilant.
And forecasters say the storm could weaken by the time it makes landfall, but officials stress this is still a dangerous and now a deadly storm, so stay alert and be prepared. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
And Bob has been tracking this. Things have been changing and how it could affect our weather. Let's head over to him now.
Things have changed a little bit. Winds are down now to 50 miles an hour, and it looks as though some drier air has kind of entrained into the system, although the pressure has dropped now to 994 millibars, one of the lowest pressures that we've seen in the month of June. So the good news is that it's so close to land and doesn't have much time to intensify. Usually as the pressure drops, the storm intensifies, but it takes a while for that to catch up, and it may not have enough time to do so. So that's a good sign there. Some heavy rain falling already from Houston all the way over into the western portion of Louisiana. New Orleans not too bad right now, but the tropical storm remains in effect from the mouth of the Mississippi all the way over to just south of Houston. Again, making landfall looks like sometime in the early morning hours on Thursday with winds up to 50 miles an hour. Still, that's a tough storm to deal with a lot of heavy rainfall, and also the winds and isolated tornadoes are always possible with this, and then it moves very quickly off to the northeast on and through Saturday, and it looks like eventually dissipating off the coast of the Mid-Atlantic coast states. Now for us, we are seeing some showers and storms around, but not nearly as much rain as we could have had this system been a little bit further off to the east. You can see this one band troughiness heading off right toward Mississippi and Alabama, as well as the panhandle of Florida. Rainfall forecast is calling for up to a foot of snow in some areas. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we're also watching the remnants of what was Brett. Now that has moved well to the west now. No signs of organization with it at this point. A lot of moisture there moving into Haiti and the Dominican Republic. For the radar picture showing quite a bit of rainfall, again streaming off toward that area. And then for us, mainly inland storms right now. Near the coast, things are fairly quiet, and that's going to be a trend, I do believe, over the upcoming days. Less action in terms of rainfall. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. ABC 7 wants to make sure you are fully prepared for hurricane season, whatever we may face. We have a lot of information about shelters, evacuation routes, supply kits, and much more in our hour-long special called Surviving a Hurricane, which is now available on our other platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. You can also download this year's hurricane guide on our website. Just go to mysuncoast.com.
The trial of a Bradenton man accused of killing his girlfriend's toddler is underway in Manatee County. Today, the jury heard from the mother's testimony. 37-year-old Richard Williams is charged with second-degree murder in the death of William Quincy Pollard in July of 2015. The jury assigned to Williams's case this morning heard from the little boy's mother and listened to recorded tapes of Williams's own account. Courtney Pollard described the hours just before she left her 17-month-old son in her former boyfriend's care. The state attorney's office says the boy died as the result of blunt force trauma to his head. However, Williams denies ever hitting the boy.
At that point, I didn't know how serious it was, and then I asked if he was awake, and I was told that he was not, and that he was trying to shake him awake.
And then he started, like, not responding. like going limp. So then I was really scared. I didn't really know what to do.
If convicted, Williams will face up to life in prison. A new law in Manatee County is trying to combat drinking and driving.
It's now safe to leave your car in bar and restaurant parking lots overnight without worrying about getting towed. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from the Banana Factory on US 41 with more on the story tonight. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office alone made 288 drunk driver arrests last year. This new ordinance passed by the Manatee County Commission is hoping to take some of those dangerous drivers off of the roads by encouraging them to leave their car behind and take another, safer way home.
The Banana Factory on Route 41 never tows their customers' vehicles that are left on the property overnight.
We promote it. In fact, if somebody feels they've had too much, we're more than happy to call them a cab. Their car will be safe here overnight. We've got cameras that surveil our parking lot, so the safety of our customers is very important to us.
Now most bars and restaurants located in Manatee County will have to follow suit. Anytime after 9 p.m., patrons can leave their vehicles on the bar or restaurant's property without the threat of being towed. However, the car must be picked up by noon the next day.
I think if people knew that they could stay and not have to worry about their vehicle, they'd have a better time and would be more apt to take that cab.
That's the goal. Keep drivers who are under the influence off of the road.
I think it's a good idea. I think it would cut down chances, people getting DUIs.
This new law does not apply to the cities of Bradenton or Palmetto. However, their governing bodies have the choice to opt in.
Not a lot of parking downtown, actually, so I think that would help out a lot. Make people more likely to come out.
At the Banana Factory, a lot of customers already take taxis and Ubers home, according to manager Melanie Bailey. She's hoping this new law spurs more of that.
We definitely encourage it. Or if, like I said, leave your car behind. It'll be here tomorrow morning.
I spoke to Bradenton Mayor Wayne Poston today. He says that the city has not yet discussed the ordinance, but to him, it sounds like a good idea. Now, this will go into effect this coming Monday, June 26th. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. The Gulf Coast is seeing strong rip currents this month, leading to an unusually high number of rescues. In 30 days, Manatee County's Marine Rescue has made 30 rescues. 24 of which were related to rip currents. That's more than they sometimes see in an entire year. And it's why Marine Rescue is now calling for an additional 6 lifeguards in the next 2 years, as well as additional online resources about beach conditions. Marine Rescue added an additional lifeguards 2 years ago, but still, they are not up to the pre-recession staffing numbers.
It's a panicked victim. They're being pulled back out into the Gulf. Most of the time they're tired, they're possibly going under, and we look at the fact that if there's not intervention by a professional, that's a possible death.
This month, both Manatee and Sarasota counties have seen deaths related to rip currents. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, escalating frustrations following the destruction of Florida's famous orange trees, why homeowners are taking Governor Scott to court.
And ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast and an update on the tropics. Plus, is whole wheat bread really better for you? The answer coming up in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. It's time to clean out our closets for a very good cause. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Goodwill is looking for your business suits to help get veterans back to work. A Suncoast love and relationship expert is here with her new novel. You will definitely recognize some of the local characters. Plus, we will get out the mats, try some yoga, and Gold Rush Barbecue is in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better. and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette, just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Homeowners whose healthy citrus trees were torn down by the state are now taking Governor Rick Scott to court.
The state legislature had agreed to pay homeowners in both Broward and Lee counties more than $37 million after their citrus trees were torn down in a failed attempt to eradicate citrus canker. Governor Scott then vetoed that decision. Homeowners argue Scott lacked legal authority to veto the money because a court had already ruled the state violated the private property rights of homeowners. Recently, federal officials say this crop-killing disease has spread and has been found now in Alabama.
Environmentalists say they are optimistic about the future of solar energy in Florida. This after Governor Rick Scott signed a measure aimed at boosting the use of sun power in the state. This new law, combined with a renewable energy bill, means businesses will no longer see their tax bills go up when they put solar panels on their buildings.
It's a pretty big deal if you can get half of the electricity market to shift towards solar. I think, this is a great first step to make sure that Florida greens our economy, more green jobs, more solar jobs.
The tax break would be in place for 20 years and is an extension of a break already provided to residential properties. In addition to tax breaks, environmentalists hope this measure will decrease the overall cost of solar by adding more competition among solar firms. And a little more sun today, I saw.
A little bit, peeked through.
I think that'll happen tomorrow too, more as we head into the weekend too. Really looking nice as a result of the system kind of moving away from us. Cindy will eventually be over land by then, and things will improve considerably here along the Suncoast. A little bit more sunshine around today, and you can see Casey Key webcam showing some high surf still around, and the rip current risk still with us. You see those waves kind of breaking off in the distance there from the Casey Key webcam, and I think the surf will stay relatively high through, looks like this evening, and then start to subside a little bit tomorrow. Well, the Titan radar picture depicting a lot of rainfall moving toward Houston right now near Galveston, stretching off toward New Orleans, a little bit east of New Orleans into Mississippi and Alabama right now, where the flooding is going to be a real concern with this storm as anticipated. It looks as though it will continue to move off toward the northwest and eventually make landfall sometime later on in the early morning hours on Thursday. Now, that line you see here is going to continue to move over the same area, one storm after another, torrential downpours here anticipated through the night. So this is an area that is favored for flooding problems in terms of the training effect that will be going on there. Also, another area right near the low pressure center, or the center of Cindy, as it makes its way toward the border of Texas and Louisiana during the early morning hours. For us, Some banding features. This is indirectly related with Cindy, but we are seeing that east to southeasterly wind flow, temperatures warming up, the sea breeze kind of pushed inland, and that line of storms moving in a north to northwesterly direction. Not much rainfall today along the coast, and should stay that way for the most part tonight. We'll see a few isolated showers and a few thunderstorms popping up on the outflow boundary from that storm system. Now, the remnants of what was Brett continues to make its way through Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and stretching toward the eastern tip of Cuba. Some very heavy rainfall there, but no signs of any kind of reorganization with it, so things are looking pretty good with the rest of the tropics besides Cindy. Cindy, the latest, if you didn't see it earlier, top winds remain at 50 miles an hour. It's moving to the northwest at 9. The pressure has come down to 994 millibars, and the forecast looks like making landfall sometime after 2 a.m. and eventually spreading off toward the northeast, and eventually getting caught with the westerlies and then carried up in toward Memphis and Tennessee, bringing some heavy rainfall to those folks. Now, for us, we are looking at some better conditions. High pressure building in. A little bit more sunshine. It's 90 degrees out there right now with some high clouds around. The dew point is high, too, at 73. Winds are out of the south at 17. The pressure actually starting to come up a little bit, 29.99 inches. Temperatures around our area into the upper 80s to low 90s right now. 88 in Venice. It's 88 in Arcadia. 92, though, in Sebring. And the water temperature warming up. 86. Cortez, you're at 88 degrees. The forecast for Wednesday, I should say Thursday, looks to be pretty good, too. We are looking for just a few showers and a few scattered storms, mainly in the afternoon and evening, and that rain chance is not all that high. The temperatures very high in Phoenix, 114 there, 99 in Albuquerque. Look at the cooler temperatures, though. A little bit of a trough has moved in places like Chicago, where it's 76 there, 74 now into Cleveland, so 70s, low 70s, pretty nice, all the way up into Buffalo and Toronto. Well, satellite and radar imagery showing the big story, obviously, Cindy getting ready to make landfall and bringing with it the dangerous flooding problems throughout the lower Mississippi Valley and the heavy winds, too. I mean, 50-mile-an-hour winds, not anything to laugh at. It can cause some problems with tree limbs and power outages throughout that region. South to southwest winds at 15 knots will start off, so winds will calm down a bit in the afternoon and turn to the southwest later in the day. Seas running 2 to 4 feet with choppy conditions out there. The water temperature now 86. As I mentioned, the UV index will be nice tomorrow. Some sunshine and a little bit higher UV index, so load up the sunscreen. High tide 12:45 in the morning. Low tide will be at 5:15. Some scattered storms, mainly inland tonight. It will be warm. It will be muggy, too. 78 for your low tomorrow. A little bit more sunshine with scattered afternoon storms. The rain chance, so only at about 30%. The extended forecast calling for less of a chance for rain on Friday. Lots of sunshine, temperatures summer-like, and then we'll see afternoon and evening storms returning more so as we start the work week. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Northbound drivers on I-75 from Bee Ridge Road all the way to University Parkway. Seeing a lot of congestion at this hour. Some of it likely from an earlier accident near the University Parkway exit. So bring your patience if you're driving through that area, or avoid it maybe if you can. Haley.
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, could drones replace ambulances in the future? Swedish scientists are testing whether a drone could be used to rush defibrillators to people suffering heart attacks. The Karolinska Institute study found that drones beat ambulance time by about 16 minutes overall. Researchers sent drones to 18 locations within a 6-mile radius in Stockholm, where EMTs had responded to cardiac arrest between 2006 and 2013. The results show the dispatchers got a drone in the air within a median time of 3 seconds of the emergency call, compared to 3 minutes for an ambulance. The median drone arrival time was a little over 5 minutes from time of call versus 22 minutes for the ambulance. What does your sweat say about your workout? With the summer heat and humidity, you are bound to sweat more if you exercise outside. And according to fitness experts, sorry, that doesn't necessarily mean you are burning more calories. When your body temperature rises, glands secrete sweat, and the evaporation of moisture from your skin helps cool you off. So it's really more about cooling than it is about how many calories you're burning. If you're working out indoors, you may not sweat as much. And here's an interesting tidbit. Research suggests that as your fitness level improves, you may start to sweat sooner in your workout. The theory is your body's heat regulating system becomes more efficient, cooling you down faster and then allowing you to work harder. Is whole wheat bread really better for you? A study in the journal Cell Metabolism shows it might depend on your body. In the study, the participants ate either sourdough whole wheat bread or refined white bread, and then they switched. The researchers measured weight and blood pressure and performed other blood tests. They didn't find any significant differences in these indicators between the two breads. Half of the participants had higher glycemic responses to white bread, as you would expect, but the other half had higher responses to whole wheat bread. The glycemic response was more closely tied to the bacteria in the person's gut rather than the bread type. So what is stirring in the St. Johns River? Coming up, this viral video that has gotten the attention of Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Ooh. And with the summer heat rising, how one aquarium is protecting marine life from these very hot temperatures.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
What's a nice Jewish girl to do when she can't introduce her WASP boyfriend to her conservative parents? Hire an actor. Hilarious and insightful, Bo Jest is at the Players Center June 14th through the 25th, and it's your ticket to a sizzling summer. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Don't miss Bo Jest.
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
This year's Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix will feature 2 full days of racing off Lido Beach on July 1st and 2nd. Meet race teams up close during the Boats on Main downtown block party on Friday, June 30th. Don't miss the Grand Prix Fan Fest on July 1st and 2nd, where you can see race boats launch and watch the races live from under a large tent. There will be music, food, fan zones, and vendors. VIP race day viewing tickets are available at SarasotaPowerboatGrandPrix.org.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
A video showing a Florida man throwing an unknown substance into a Volusia County river and then causing a disturbance has gone viral with more than 2 million views. The caption asking, is it safe to swim in the St. Johns River? Well, many are now wondering if it's actually alligators in the video or the gentle giants manatees. The video has also gotten the attention of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, which is investigating if that man was in fact harassing protected manatees.
If he's thrown in something that's getting him excited or startling him, then he needs to stop. I've been around here for a long time. I've never seen the manatees act like that.
In Florida, it is a second-degree misdemeanor to harass a manatee. A wildfire is burning quickly in Sonoyta, Arizona. The flames are forcing people out of their homes and businesses as crews try to control the fire that has consumed more than 1,300 acres so far. 4 homes have been destroyed and more than 100 other homes are in danger, all of which lost power. One firefighter on the scene was treated for a broken ankle No other injuries, though, have been reported.
A pair of kitchen cooks served up more than just breakfast after a man held a server at knife point at a Milwaukee restaurant. Regulars say they're not surprised to learn the staff took action.
He grabbed her around the neck and put a knife to her throat. She kind of startled her and screamed. Then he went to the third shift manager and kind of put the knife to his stomach area and said, "Give me the money." Then proceeded to push the waitress down and took off running.
The two cooks reportedly heard the server's screams, ran after the robber, and tackled him in the parking lot. Dozens of squad cars quickly surrounded the area, arrested the man, and then recovered the cash. The server was taken to the hospital for a cut on her neck, but the restaurant says it could have been a lot worse. That is for sure. It's warm on the Suncoast, but it's extremely hot in Arizona right now. In Phoenix, the temperature hit 119 degrees yesterday, a daily record. But some extra precautions are being taken to make sure mammals do not get too hot. At Dolphinaris, Arizona, their 1 million gallon saltwater tank's life support system has coolers in it to keep the temperature at a constant 75 degrees.
So we have generators, so if the electricity were to go out at any point, it would never affect our systems. Our animals would still be well protected.
The aquarium also has plenty of shaded areas, and the trainers work with the dolphins to get them not to face the sun as much as possible. Dolphins have a dorsal fin to help them thermoregulate based on the temperature of the water, not the air. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I read that a Phoenix area TV station bought a 600 block of ice, 600-pound block of ice, and then they live streamed it as it melted.
And how long
And by
did it
the end of
take?
the day, there was only about this much left.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
it's like
So it didn't
burning
take
up.
long.
Oh, my goodness. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, Venice City officials are taking a look at the budget and considering some changes to an important project.
What's being kept and what is on the chopping block? The answer when we come back.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Save big during the 4th of July clearance and pay no interest for 48 months with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This special purchase double reclining sofa for only $4.99. This special purchase white Florida bedroom for $5.99 and the matching nightstand is free. This special purchase Serta Perfect Sleeper Queen set for $3.99. Exclusively at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellington.
And save big!
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
As a singer-songwriter, it's all about creating high-performance art that moves people. Same is true in making gorgeous cars. Fiat designs it. You're the artist.
Choose your palette just about any color combo inside out. No small wonder, state-of-the-art style Fiat.
Now this moves me.
Let the art of Fiat move you at Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G-Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It does things that seem impossible, feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.